Hey, everybody, it's Alison Solar, your kitchen and bath design teacher, educator, guru, Facebook page manager, kitchen and bathroom design academy founder. I don't know if you could hear my music going. Got a little background music here going. I don't know. I discovered it the other day on this Restream platform I have, and I think it's kind of cool, so I used it. Well, we can go ahead and turn that off now. There, I did it. Everything is always so complicated. You know, today is Monday, and I'm coming to you guys. I never schedule these things. I just don't. Maybe I should get more people to watch, whatever. I really just find the whole thing to be so daunting when all people do is look and are people watching me and am I getting followers and do I have enough content and am I creating this and am I creating that? Again, I start off my uh my webinar thing here bitching and moaning, but that's how I feel lately. So, whatever. Let's talk about well, why am I pissed off? Okay, I'll tell you why I'm a little bit pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm disappointed because all I try to do is be current, be creative, put content out that I think is supposed to go out. I try and develop things and share what I want to know, what I want to see, and blah, blah, blah. And I've had assistance over the time, but I really don't have any assistance. It's just me. I know you all think I'm so fabulous, and Alison, isn't she so amazing? She must just have so many people underneath her, and her company is thriving, and it's, the Kitchen and Bath Design Academy. But you know what? It's not. It's just little old me. I don't have funds behind me. I don't have a rich husband. I don't have an investor. I don't know how to get people to sponsor me or my Kitchen and Bath Design Academy. And I'm nearing towards retirement. So I'm just trying to float as I go and share my wisdom, teach everybody. Because, I'm very involved in the kitchen and bath industry and with interior designers. And I'm all over Facebook. Facebook is really my jive. And I see a lot of designers still just don't know. They don't know. I mean, even today in the group, somebody was asking about clearances. Is 36 inches between two countertops clearances enough? Is that code? It's code. No, it's not code. 36 inches. You know where 36 inches is? When you have no other alternative, when you're a little tiny galley apartment, when you are in a pre-war building, and when it's just the kitchen is so small and it was made before such a thing as guidelines and triangles came into fashion. So the clearances between two countertops have always been from NKBA 42 to 48 inches. I don't know where 36 inches comes from, but there's a whole bunch of people on the thread: 36, 42, 48, 40. 4 feet, which is 48 plus 4.5 inches. So 48 plus 4 is 56 and a half inches, which is way too big. And then, people just don't even know. And another thing, somebody was saying, why can't I have a light fixture above my tub? I see it everywhere. It's in all the photos. Yeah, it's in all the photos, but it's not guideline. It has to be rated to be moisture rated and blah, blah, blah. So people really just don't know what they're talking about. So there's a real need to spread the knowledge, to share the knowledge, and to know is to do. And I know, and I've done it. I've done it all before. So And I've run into a lot of different situations. Again, I'm always learning something new every day. There's someone put something, a link into some kind of a code website, and I was like, hey, let me know about that. I had never heard of that before. So I really love Facebook for doing that, and Instagram is just, a sideline, a little sidekick for me. I barely go on Instagram. I'm just not going to do it. Don't spend the time. It's not my thing. And I really don't care. I don't care. It's like people they have this desire to have thousands of followers. I have 1,500 followers, a little bit of a following. So I try and remain relevant. I try and put it out there. I'm on Instagram, but I'm mostly on Facebook and also on LinkedIn. I try to post on LinkedIn, whatever. I don't send out a lot of emails. I have a nice group, Facebook group, and that's my mojo. So, you know, I've had people assisting me over the years, and I had a young girl helping me with my social media. I hired her company. She looked like a very good, she did it for a while, maybe a year. And then I had somebody else helping me with writing my blogs and whatnot. I did that for a little while, but I find it all time consuming and not really worth the investment that I was putting into it, quite honestly, for me, my business. Again, a lot of it is drive, a lot of it is the drive and how much time you're willing to put into it. And I put into it so much and so much time, and it really can be, overwhelming, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I had this young girl, and what do you do on Instagram? You put pretty pictures. And I don't know. When I've shared pictures in the past and I've, go online, where do you find pictures? I don't have that many pictures of my work. And I say it's not my work. I don't know whose work it is. And maybe when the assistant was working with me, she cited the photographer, at so and so and at the builder and designed by. So it was, I didn't just say, oh, this is mine. I would never do that, because why would I do that? I have my own stuff. So I never passed it off as my own. And these two posts, occasionally, and I did it in 2021. So we're talking 4 years ago, even so long ago. I didn't pay it any mind. Hey, don't you love this color blue? I'm digging this blue. Didn't think of it. Well, you know what happened? I got a letter in the mail. First, I got an email, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But the email, this photographer, from a lawyer. So I didn't pay it any mind, and all of a sudden, I get a letter in the mail, a nice letter. So let's look at the letter, okay? The letter from David Deal. Okay, I got a nice letter, very nice paperwork, a paper stationery, not cheap stationery, very, very good presentation. And he goes on to say regarding infringement of photographic copyright right by Solara Designs Inc. Solara Designs Inc. is me. Okay, Solara Designs Inc. is nothing. There's not a big corporation. There's not a bunch of workers. I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. It's just little old me. Solar Designs is under alisonsolar.ny@gmail.com. That my site is under alisonsolar.ny from Instagram. So I shared the picture from this photographer, and this goes on to show me about that he sent me an email and my lack of response. I'm not going to respond to an email. But you get junk email all the time. Okay, if you're serious, you send a letter. Don't tell me I didn't respond to a stupid email, because if I responded to all the crap email that's out there, I probably would have been hacked. I would have had my bank account stolen. Who knows what happened? So you don't answer emails. Okay, number one. So please call my office. Okay, apparently the two things, instead of saying like don't take it down, blah blah blah, my firm represents this photographer, Muriel Silva. You know what? Muriel Silva. Okay, Muriel Silva Photography has like almost 3,000 followers on Instagram. Okay, these photos were from Instagram. The pictures were not taken from her website. Nothing was downloaded from her website, or we didn't seek her out. My assistant, or Emma, who the company I hired for social media, just happened to share her photo under my Instagram account. It had got 19 likes. One of them got 48 likes. No one commented on it. It's from 2021. Now I get this letter, and it goes on to say that officers, directors, managers, and owners of a company can be personally liable on the basis of vicarious liability for acts of copyright infringement committed by the company when the direct, control, encourage, assist, supervise, and or knowingly participate in the infringing activities on the behalf of the activities. See the Universal Furniture, blah, 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 infringement rated 2022. Okay. And then our client's goal is a fair and expeditious resolution. She wants $5,000 for sharing her photos. So, one, immediately cease and desist all infringing activities, including any reproduction, distribution, public display, or other use in any form of media of the works or any parts thereof. All right, so I took it down. Identify in detail all uses of Solara Designs has made in the works, and identify blah, 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 who has provided copies, reproduction, alteration, display, or further distribution, and compensate Muriel Silva, she looks like she's got publications in Good Housekeeping and all over the place. She wants $5,000 for using her in pictures, payable to the law offices. This offer, it's an offer, is designed to minimize ultimate exposure to the matter. I used two little pictures on Instagram, on my piddly little Instagram account back in 2021. Instead of saying it's come to our attention that you're using a photograph, $5,000. Are you kidding me? And why do you have to go to a lawyer? Why does every fucking thing have to go to a fucking lawyer? Okay? I'm really pissed. Everybody, go to a lawyer. Let's go to a lawyer. Let's sue. Legal liabilities. You know what? Now I got to take my time and I got to write a response to that nonsense. You think I have $5,000 in my bank account to give these people? No, I don't. I'm not even going to KBiz this year because I don't have the funds to go to KBiz. I'm just little old Alison Solar trying to make a living. Okay? So this letter is really pissing me off. And I think it's appalling that from business to business, you can't call, you can't pick up the phone, you can't write your own letter, Muriel Silva. You can't talk to me personally and tell me to please take down my photograph. You have to say that. And it was two little stupid photos that said, "Don't you like the color blue?" And it said who photographed it. It said the company it was done for, and all that kind of business like that. I didn't make any money off of it. I didn't get paid for it. There was no sponsorship. It was a little stupid Instagram post. Okay. And I think Instagram is a little stupid Instagram post unless you're an influencer, unless I have 5,000, 10,000, 11,000, unless I'm pawning it off for myself. Did I post it on my own website? Did I pass it off as my own? No, not at all. So this is Monday morning. This is the bullshit that happens when you say, I really want to run my own business. I really want to do my own thing. I really, want to do this because it's what I want in my heart. And you know what? Everybody's just got to come at you, and there's haters, and there's just nonsense. Why you couldn't pick up the phone or contact me or something personally to take down two little stupid pictures that were, don't you like the color blue, that number one promoted you as a photographer, and it gave you 15 more hundred people to follow you by exposure on my platform. Doesn't say Solara Designs. It's just AlisonSolar.ny. I think this is a witch hunt for people just going after people to try and extort money instead of working together and get what's fair. $5,000. I mean, seriously, people. You know where you look at Instagram? On your phone. What was the picture? 1 inch by 1 inch, 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Just bullshit. That's all I have to say about that. I think it's bullshit. And this guy who's a photographic copyright lawyer. Okay, see how people are making business? That's why everyone wants to come to the United States of America, because it's running amok with bullshit. Piss me off, why don't you? That really pissed me off. I don't think it's right. I think it's disrespectful to me as a business person. I made no ill attempt. I made no ill gains on it. I did it not with malice. I did it because it was a pretty color blue. And I said, look at Muriel Silva's beautiful photograph. So you know what? Don't share photos on Instagram. It's all just a bunch of bullshit. Can't even get to what I really wanted to talk about today. What I really wanted to talk about today was the finishing of the underside of the cabinet. Blows my mind, people. You blow my mind. A lot of nerve people have. I sued everybody who took advantage of me. Makes me want to cry. And I don't think I deserve that. I really don't. I don't think that post deserved it. I don't think that my sharing it deserved it. I don't think that this deserves it. Take a minute to calm down. Because over the weekend, I got a post from my friend. She's a sales rep. And she's recommended me for projects and whatnot. She's a very good sales rep. Good professional relationships. See, people? So anyway, she has a friend who's doing a kitchen, and it's in a far, she doesn't know anything about kitchens really. She's a sales rep. She sends me a picture and she goes, Alison, my friend's concerned about this. My friend is upset because look at this. And she sends me a picture. And I look at the picture and I know exactly what's wrong. Let's see. So just make sure that you can see this picture big enough. Well, that doesn't do anything. There. Let's go with that screen. Okay, you see this under this cabinet here? Okay, so she says, Alison, my client, my friend, my cousin, whoever's really upset. This cabinet is not finished over here. This cabinet's not finished. She's really upset about it. First of all, I could look at this. Okay, number one, this is a framed cabinet. When you have a framed cabinet construction, you're going to have this little reveal under here, right? This little reveal. Can you see it's showing up when I do that? You're going to have this little reveal, okay? Here, it's a little, let's see here. Can I make it bigger? Oops. Let's go shallower. Okay. So we've got this is the cabinet construction. Another thing I can tell you about looking at this cabinet, number one, it's framed. Number two, it's a semi-custom line. Or it could be a custom, usually semi-custom. How do I know? Because the underside isn't finished. And another thing I could tell you just from looking at under this here is that the inside of this cabinet is a wood look vinyl interior. Because when you have this wood look vinyl bottom, the interior is wood look vinyl interior on the wall cabinets and on the base cabinets and everything. So they are typically never finished. They're always going to come raw like this. Or this is actually this is a raw cut edge on the plywood. Let's see if I can just get in there a little bit and get this over. This is a raw edge right here, the raw wood. Okay, this is never finished. They don't edge band it, they don't polish it, they don't do anything. It's a raw wood edge. And this is the material, this fake vinyl wood interiors with the whole construction of the cabinet. So these are the sides and the back and everything that you're seeing here. If and semi-custom cabinets come like this. This is how they come standard. Now, because this cabinet is raised up high, you see it right away that it's unfinished. One of the things that I tell my salespeople, designers, is you need to look underneath the underside of the cabinet, and you need to show your client that the underside of the cabinets is not finished in the color of the kitchen cabinets. If the kitchen is cherry, the bottom is going to be raw, this natural looking wood. If it's maple, it's going to look like this. If it's blue, it's going to look like this. If it's green, it's always going to look like this, unless you pay extra to finish the underside of the cabinet. Okay, so you're going to pay extra to finish the underside to match the color of the door, the color of the frame, the color of the outside of the box. Otherwise, it's going to come unfinished like this. If it is a custom cabinet line, they will automatically, 99% of the time, finish the underside of the wall cabinets to match the color of the cabinetry. So if it's navy blue doors, navy blue face frame, you're going to be navy blue underneath this part of the cabinet. If not, it's going to come unfinished. How do we get away with that? You order this one particular cabinet, and I will also order the cabinet above the refrigerator, because unless it's a true built-in cabinet, any cabinet that's up high where you can look underneath it, you gotta finish the underside of the cabinet. And it's either an upcharge from the brand, or it is a accessory 1/4-inch panel that you can add in the field. So this underside of the cabinets is an issue, and you need to always point that out to the cabinetry, to the client. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that client, or almost every time, 100% of the time, you'll show the underside of the cabinet to the customer and you say, it doesn't come finished like this. And they'll be like, oh, I didn't know that. And you say, well, if you want it finished, you have to pay additional to have that finished. Or you can order skins and whatnot and attach that stuff in the field. So you need to be aware that this is how framed cabinets come when they are from a semi-custom or stock cabinet line. A stock cabinet line, you couldn't have them finish the bottom for you because it's not an option. It's stock. It's on the shelf. So what I told my friend was to get a 1/4-inch panel from the manufacturer. Okay, you only need 1/4-inch material. You don't need 3/4 material. You just need 1/4-inch material, and have the contractor cut it, or have it cut to size, and just staple it into place when you get it in the field. The other thing I didn't want to say about this is, why did this contractor put screws up in the light rail at the bottom, black, showing like this? This light rail does not get attached like that. This light rail, if they wanted to screw it in, should have been done through the top of the cabinet, not through the bottom of the cabinet, where now I see these black screws. I mean, that would just annoy the crap out of me if I was paid so much money for my kitchen. I like that light rail, by the way. But that is what's happening here, and that's what you need to do, is either skin it, or you can, like, let's say you want to have a finished look and you don't want this recessed look in the field. You can actually, some people put 3 cabinets together and then skin the whole bottom so you don't see anything underneath it. But, that can be overkill. But that underside of the wall cabinets is an issue. And it's an area in the kitchen that needs to be addressed. And the reason that you put light rail here, even if you have a frameless cabinet or anything, is you add that little light rail because it helps to hide the glare of the light fixture itself when you're sitting down in an adjacent to this. If I'm in the kitchen and I'm sitting down and I can look into my kitchen, if I don't have a light rail here, I'm going to see the light glowing, the light line from an LED light fixture. I'm going to see the light aperture, not just glowing light. Okay, so that's why even a thin light rail, something like this, which is 3/4 material, is just enough to hide the glare from the actual light source. Okay, so those were just, um, go back to full screen, and let me stop my screen share. So I just wanted to share that about the wall cabinets because it's a common concern. It's something that comes up quite often and that can be very easily overlooked because as designers, we remember so many things and we say so many things to sell a job, and there's so many details when it comes to talking about cabinetry that you can overlook that particular detail. And I could tell you that it can be problematic when a customer gets it on site and goes, "You didn't tell me about that," or "I didn't know that. And had I known that, I would have paid to have it finished." And then it always gets to who's going to pay to finish the underside of that cabinet. Do you bite the bullet and send in your guy to finish it? Do you don't want to end your project on poor feelings, on bad feelings, but that can turn a little bit sour, a project that went so well, just by not finishing the wall cabinet that raises up higher. It's like if you're bumping it up above the sink in that particular case, or if you're going up higher than 18 inches, if you're doing a 21-inch backsplash, 21 inches high, you might want to consider finishing the underside of those cabinets, only because it starts to become more visible to the eye because of the higher vision line. So finishing the underside of the wall cabinets, a custom cabinet, like I said, will be 99% of the time. I'm not going to say 100% because I don't know everything, but that's going to be finished to match, because what they'll do is they'll build the box out of the wood color, and then they'll spray the whole outside of the box at the same time. The top, the sides, everything, it's all sprayed cherry, sprayed blue, sprayed whatever. They spray the cabinet and they include the bottom on a higher end framed cabinet line. So, and you also want to check that with your frameless boxes, because are they finishing that underside in the color to match the rest of the box? I mean, I think it is. I think they do like all 4 sides on a frameless box, which is actually can be confusing. Is it the top or is it the bottom, right? Like you can get people, the contractors, when they start taking off the doors, they are a little confused which is the top and which is the bottom. in a frameless or a framed, but when that bottom is stained to finish, it's clearly that that's the bottom. So anyway, the bottom of the wall cabinets are important. And so, on that note, be careful when you're posting pictures. Don't always go to the lawyers. Try and talk to each other like normal people. Have some professional courtesy for your professional alliances. I don't know. This is bullshit as far as I'm concerned, this letter, but I got to deal with it now. Just something else I got to deal with. Now you know why I'm 63 and I just don't want to do this anymore. But anyway, that's what I want to talk about today. Okay, guys, thank you. Sorry for the rant. Sorry for whatever. Whatever. Today it's a whatever. I do love you, though. Everybody else except that Muriel chick and her freaking lawyer. Everybody else I love. All right, guys, take care. Peace out. Peace out, people. Peace be with you all. Peace, man. Just peace.